Good morning. Good morning. Today we are dealing the topic collection and conveyance systems of sewer management. Right. So in the last class we have discussed about the appurtenances. Appurtenances means the accessories or the devices which are used for the design of sewer system along the line of sewer system, such as manholes, cleanouts, right? The deep manholes. So like this, we are having various types of appurtenances which we come across for the design of the sewer layout. So in this class, we'll discuss about collection and conveyance. So where the sewage is collected, what is the source of sewage, and how they are conveying, and how they are disposing to the outside atmosphere. We'll see these topics in this class. So we see the collection systems. What are the various types of collection systems for the sewers? What are the various types of collection systems for the sewers? We'll see in this class. So if you see the various types of collection systems for collection of the garbage or collection of the sanitary, so there are majorly three types of collection systems. Sanitary collection systems are responsible for collection and conveyance of wastewater that is generated at which places? Residential areas, right? And also the commercial areas, industrial buildings, and the wastewater to the wastewater treatment plant. So where all the sanitary sewage is going, this sanitary sewage waste is coming from residential areas, commercial areas, industrial areas, and they are treated to the treatment plant for treatment. So how they are coming? What are the three types of collection systems? That is, first one is a gravity method, low pressure method, and the vacuum method. We will see these three in detail, right? So the first one, the gravity type of system. So in the first type, what's happening? There is a primary type of public sanitary sewer collection, which is something but gravity type. Here we are using the concept called gravity type of sewerage system. Here a gravity system is named because the wastewater is flowing down with the gravity of force, So when you know the concept, it is coming through the gravity naturally, then the various sizes of sewers are generally laid at the minimum slope to ensure the open channel flow with a minimum velocity of 2 feet per second, right? Next, the gravity sewers are the minimum 8-inch diameter pipes. So what type of diameter pipes you are using for the gravity type? We are using 8 inches diameter pipes for gravity sewers with manhole structures locating at changes in the horizontal alignment. So we are making the changes in the horizontal alignment and also vertical slope changes. So whenever you are using the gravity type of sewer system, so what happens here? So the slope angles will changes because of gravity pull, ఇంకా students enter అవ్వలేదు. Okay, I kept a message. Next, the maximum distance between the manholes, one manhole to other manhole, the maximum distance is 400 feet distance. Okay, next, if you see the figure of the gravity type of collection system, so these are all the residential areas where it is located in any locality or a town area. So from all these houses, the waste garbage is collecting into the main sewer pipeline through the means of gravity flow. Then what is the design? It is laid. So it is laid in the vertical direction from house to the sewer pipeline. These are laid in the vertical direction through the main sewer pipe Next, these are all collected to which one? Pump station. So why these are collected in the pump station? These are collected in the pump station for the purpose of treatment plant. In this way, the gravity type of system are used for any commercial areas, industrial areas, and other factory areas. Now, if you see the second category, the low pressure system, the low pressure sewer systems are used in which areas where the gravity sewers are not possible. Ekkadaithe gravity sewers are not possible. In such areas, the low pressure sewer systems are generally used. Why? Because of topographical area, geographical area kaavachu, and also the cost factor kaavachu. Right? Next. The low pressure systems are often found around lakes in rolling terrain. So, ekkada this types of lower systems are found. These are generally found around the lakes and the rolling terrain. Rolling terrain means the hilly areas where you are having the steepy areas. Next, the wastewater is collected on site. So, the wastewater, what happens here? These are collected on site. On site means the particular on site area and pumped from a small grinder pump to the big channel. So here the wastewater is coming. The wastewater is pumping from the small grinder pump into the small diameter force manhole. Next means the private force main discharges into the large public force mains. So how they are collected here? They are collected by using the pump and collected in a small areas, right? Later from the small areas, they are going to the very big public domain where you are having a big area of collecting the sewage. Next, a check valve. A check valve is used near the end of the private line to prevent the wastewater in a public force main from entering into the private force water. So, what is the instrument you are placing for this lower pressure system? We are having a pump, first one. Second one is a check valve. Why you are using check valve? So, whenever the whenever the sewage wastewater is coming from a house through on-site and pumped into the pump, okay, and pumped into the pump, again it should not go back into the public main force. That's why the check valve is restricting to flow in reverse direction. So for that reason check valve అనేది యూస్ చేస్తారు. ఎక్కడ యూస్ చేస్తారు? Low pressure sewer systems లో యూస్ చేస్తారు. So in the first case, that is gravity type of system, there are no any devices for pulling of the sewer water in the sewage. So gravity flow lo manamu pumps gaani check valves gaani general ga we will not use. Why? Because the action is through the force of gravity. Automatic ga force of gravity ద్వారా మనకి sewage water అనేది కిందకు వచ్చేసి పైప్ లో నుంచి డిశ్చార్జ్ అయిపోతుంది. అదే లో ప్రెషర్ సిస్టమ్స్ లో వెన్ ద గ్రావిటీ అనేది లేని చోట లో ప్రెషర్ మనము అప్లై చేస్తాము. అప్లై చేసిన తర్వాత హౌ ద వాటర్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్, వేస్ట్ వాటర్ ఈస్ కలెక్టెడ్ ఫ్రమ్ ద మెయిన్ ఆన్ సైట్ మీన్స్ ద ప్లేస్ వేర్ యు ఆర్ the waste is coming and is pumped into the small gravity, and this is pumped through the pipe to the small diameter force pipe. Later the private force main discharges into the large main force. అక్కడ మనకి అదర్ ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్ ఏం యూస్ చేస్తున్నాం? We are using the check valve. Understand? Next, if you see the legend, if you see the layout, so for example this is a lake. సో మనం ఎక్కడ చెప్పుకున్నాము లో ప్రెషర్ సిస్టమ్స్ ఎక్కడ యూజ్ చేస్తారు? జనరల్ గా లేక్ ఏరియాస్, టెరైన్ ఏరియాస్ లో యూజ్ చేస్తాము. సో ఇఫ్ యు సీ ద లేక్, ఆ లేక్ చుట్టూ మీకు హౌసెస్ ఉన్నాయి అనుకుందాం, హౌసెస్ కానీ షాప్స్ కానీ. సో యూఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ ఏ దిస్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ సిస్టమ్. దెన్ వాట్ ఇస్ ఇట్ షోయింగ్ హియర్? The various things. See the legend here. In this legend you can see the different symbols according to that what are the things you are having. So here what happens? All this waste material is coming through the main sewer pipe to the treatment plant. After getting treated, it is discharged to the atmosphere. That is the things you are doing for this lower pressure pipe. Next, the third one is vacuum collection system. The third type of collection systems from the house, offices, commercial complex, industrial areas are vacuum type of system. So what's happening here? Vacuum collection systems are used for the same reason. సో లో ప్రెషర్ సిస్టమ్స్ ఎందుకు యూస్ చేస్తున్నామో వాక్యూమ్ సిస్టమ్స్ కూడా అందుకే యూస్ చేస్తున్నాము. దట్ ఇస్ ద ఫస్ట్ పాయింట్. However, it is rare to find a vacuum collection system in use because in some countries like Peninsula, as this is a fairly new collection alternative in the entitled areas and operation and maintenance is more difficult than the low pressure system. So vacuum pressure system is generally not applicable in many areas. It is generally equal to the lower pressure system, but only in some places like United States and some places the operation and maintenance is more difficult than low pressure system. So the wastewater is collected on site by a valve pit sump, and 4 inches vent is located on the service lateral between the residents. So what they are doing, whatever the process, ఏ ప్రాసెస్ అయితే మనకి low pressure system లో యూస్ చేస్తున్నామో అదే ప్రాసెస్ we are using on the same on-site area, but the valves, the sumps and some of the vent areas are replaced when compared to the low pressure systems, and the piping connects the individual valves and the collection tank. ఇక్కడ అక్కడ ఏం చేస్తున్నామో అక్కడ మనం పంప్ యూస్ చేస్తున్నాము, తర్వాత చెక్ వాల్వ్ యూస్ చేస్తున్నాము. ఇక్కడ మనం ఏం చేస్తున్నారు, వీఆర్ యూజింగ్ ద చెక్ వాల్వ్స్. సో ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ పంప్ వీఆర్ కలెక్టింగ్ ఏ పిట్ అంటే ఒక చిన్న digging area inside the ground. Okay, so pit or sump. So that is the thing we are using in the vacuum type of system. Now see the plan, see how it is done. A vacuum station that includes vacuum pumps. So vacuum station ఏమేమి ఉన్నాయి, vacuum pump to produce a vacuum, then which transfers the wastewater from the vacuum sewer lines to the treatment plant via pressurized line. Now see, if you see the plan here, so for example this is a building, this is a top view of the building what you are seeing. So manaki through the gravity, so the sewer is, this is the sewer pipeline. Okay, so this is the sewer pipeline, so this is a road, right, this is a street what you are seeing. Now the clean out is the appurantenses. Clean out అని మనం చెప్పుకున్నాం ఇందాక accessories లో, appurantenses, right? So the vacuum interface unit, this is also a appurantenses. This is a sewer branch, vacuum sewer pipe branch. So this one is a main vacuum sewer pipeline. So how the water is taking from building nunchi kinda varaku, see the only the top view, from building to bottom of the building, automatically through gravity the the sewage is coming into the pipe. From here the vacuum pumps takes the material, takes the wastewater from the vacuum sewer lines to the treatment plant via pressurized line. So ikkada varaku gravity kindaku vachin tarvata, then from here the vacuum branch, it is going into the vacuum sewer main pipeline, then it is transferred to the pressurized transferred to the treatment plant through a pressurized line. So this is a way the vacuum processing system is carrying on. Next, if you see the same thing, what's happening, see the front view, this is a house, so this is a small layout terrain, this is a road where you are having gravity building sewer. Generally at some position we are having a clean out, you are having a same this clean out, you are having a clean out here also, it is shown in the front view, and you are having the vacuum interface from this the vacuum pipes. So this is the vacuum sewer main pipeline. Okay, so this is the ground level, here through the vacuum pump, the wastewater is collected, which is collected in this area is coming through the wastewater through the vacuum pump, and it is going to the pressurized pipeline of the sewerage system. So this is just a profile for vacuum collection system. Next, what is the need for collection? What is the need for collection of conveyance and collection of the sewerage wastewater? Need enti, what is there is need for collecting? Why there is a need for collecting? Generally for hygienity. So generally water should flow continuously, so they should not get harmed by having the wastewater. So like this we are having the water, the necessity, then where it is collected, how it is conveyed, and where it is going. Now see what are the sources for this need of collection. Now see the first one is from home directly. So generally residential homes nunchi direct ga manaki we are getting the sewage wastewater. Second one, from the gravity flow, from the pressure pumping station, from the vacuum pumping station, from the septic tank, from the gravity. So like this, we are having the various sources where the wastewater is collecting. Then where it is going? So the sources are cluster systems, decentralized wastewater treatment plant. The destination ఎక్కడికి వెళ్తుంది ఇవన్నీ ఇక్కడ నుంచి వచ్చిన తర్వాత it is going to the cluster systems, means mixing at one place, and decentralized wastewater treatment. So these are the destinations where the sewage wastewater is going and dumping. Now, what are the conveyance method? So conveyance method, collection చేయడం ఒకటి, convey చేయడం ఒకటి. Convey means how we are expressing, means how we are dumping those sewage wastewater into the other places. So conveyance method for septic tank effluent. Now see the first one. What are the various methods? Septic tank effluent gravity sievers, STEG, abbreviated as septic tank effluent gravity sievers. Second one, septic tank effluent pressure sievers, STEP. There's nothing but septic tank effluent pressure sievers, STEP. Next, combination of gravity and pressure sievers. What is the third method? The third method is combination of gravity and pressure sievers. This is a various types of conveyance method for the sewage wastewater. So దీని గురించి in detail ఏం లేదు, just these are the only methods how to convey the sewage wastewater. Next, the next topic is inspection of sewers and manholes. So once the sewer design is laid, once the operation is done by using gravity, lower pressure or vacuum type, then after long run or after certain 6 months or 1 year or 1.5 year, 2 years of running, so there should have some time, there should have some space for inspection of the sewer pipeline and manholes and other appurtenances. Why we should get inspected? So inspection is very important. Inspection is a very important category or important system. So in order to check whether the design of sewer is having any repairs or not, is there any defect in the piping or not, is there any changes to do in the piping or not, or any obstructions happened, any stoppages happened in this type of system, you have to check. One second. So having some problem. Yeah. Okay. So you are getting some problem with the annotator. No issues. Okay. Now see here. At this point, what we are discussing? We are discussing about the inspection system, right? We are discussing about inspection of sewers and manholes. Why we should take inspection? Why there? What is the need of inspection? Why? Because for it is a continuous processing happens in the underground process. So whenever you are getting any repairs, leakages, maintenance, or checking what's happening inside, is there any obstructions or blockages, everything can be checked by using this concept of inspection process. Now, what are the reasons of inspection? Reasons ఏంటి ఇన్స్పెక్ట్ చేయడానికి? What are the main reasons? First thing, to identify existing or potential problem in the collection system. So first thing is to go for identification. You have to go for the identification. What are the existing problems or potential problems? Ante the exact problem what we are dealing, or the existing current problem what we are dealing in the collection system. Next, to determine the proper elevations or grades around the lid to be sure that the lid doesn't bury it. So the lid and whatever the cover it is on the manhole. So determine the proper elevations or grades around the lid. It also should be properly get inspected. Next, the third one, to examine structural integrity, look for cracks for the manhole and its functional capacity. What is the next thing to get inspect? To examine the structural integrity of the manhole and its functional capacity. Manhole యొక్క structural integrity అంటే ఆ బండ మీద whatever the round or whatever the lids are placed on this manholes, so you have to see for the structural integrity to generate clear, concise, meaningful reports to supervisors regarding the problems. So we have to convey a proper, clear, meaningful reports to the supervisors on this occasion. Now if you see these figures, what are the figures representing? So these are the big sewer pipelines inside the ground what we are laying. So this is a manhole where a person will enter into this steps and go into the manhole and do the repairing for repairing purposes. These are the blockages. These are the waste material which are attached to the sewer pipelines. Then it will block the sewage water in order to flow. So it will block the. So this is also some type of problems facing in this sewer pipeline, right? Next. Now, what are the safety concern for inspection? So just see the figures here. So whenever you are opening this sewer, whenever you are opening the manhole cover, you have to make some arrangements. See this orange color things already you can already road me choose ఉంటారు. Already you have seen this all things in the on the roadside also, right? So here, this type of system should be placed for the safety inspections. Next, so whenever you are going into the sewer pipeline for checking the any things, you have to wear proper uniform. You have to wear proper mask, proper helmet, your spotlight, your goggles, hand gloves, everything, shoes, everything. Then you have to go for the safety for inspection. Then we have to wear helmet for every time of occasion. See, every every engineer or personnel is having a uniform which is reflected type of shirts. See, these are fluorescent type of shirts where in the night time or in the any dull areas whenever the light is projected, this type of fluorescent shirts are glowing. And also wearing the helmet is the first thing in the safety. Now, what are the equipments used for inspection? What are the various types of equipments used for the inspection? See the first one, powerful flashlight. So the flashlight can be weared on your helmet assembly, or it will be held in your hand also, right? Next, warning devices, safety cones, other traffic safety devices. So what are the flashlights you are using? Warning devices. The flashlights may be blinking on and off, red color, green color, or any normal white color. Safety cones, these are the safety cones, right? These are the safety cones. Next, and other traffic safety devices. Next, map of all collection systems to reference manhole. Map of all collection systems. So then you have to make a proper maps means what are the line diagram, what is the blueprint for the collection system reference to the manhole. అంటే ఒక manhole కి what are the other different types of collection systems, ఈ collection systems ఇవన్నీ if you are designing, if you are having some layout, so where the manholes are placed at any corner areas or the manholes are placed in the junction areas, then this type of also you have to see through the map. Next, metal detectors. The next equipment is metal detector. You have to check whether any metal particles, any metal materials are found in the sewage wastewater. Thereby, you can detect it and you can separate it. Next, manhole lid removal device. Manhole lid removal device. So, this is a manhole lid removal. This is a manhole cover. How to remove this manhole? So, manually with your hands, you cannot lift the manhole lid cover. There should be have some device, some mechanical device in order to lift the manhole. Next, gas detection devices. Next equipment is gas detecting. So whenever you are entering into the manhole or a sewer pipeline, automatically different chemical gases or different poisonous gases are evolved from the wastewater system. Then we have to wear a gas masks. You have to wear a gas detection devices where these gases are harmful to the human being. Next, scrapers and wire brushes for cleaning the manhole ring. సో మనకి ఇనప స్క్రాపర్స్ అండ్ వైర్ బ్రష్లు అంటే ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ జనరలీ వైర్ బ్రష్ మీన్స్ యూ నో దట్ మనకి టూత్ బ్రష్ ఎలా ఉంటుందో అదే విధంగా పెద్దగా యూఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ 1 feet 1.5 feet ద వైర్స్ విచ్ ఆర్ జస్ట్ లైక్ ఎ బ్రష్ సో దట్ ద వర్కర్స్ విల్ క్లీన్ ద మ్యాన్హోల్ రింగ్. సో మనకి లోపల ఏమైనా చెత్త చెదారం ఇఫ్ యు సీ హియర్ ద మ్యాన్హోల్ ద వేస్ట్, సో దీని అంతా కలెక్ట్ చేయడానికి దీని అంతా క్లీన్ చేయడానికి దే ఆర్ యూజింగ్ ద scrapers and wire brushes. Next device is leather gloves. So the leather gloves, see here, the person is wearing a leather gloves, right? You should not touch with the bare hands. Every person, every engineer, every supervisor, every worker should wear everything. Then they have to do the work in the sewer pipeline system. Next, a blower or a hose for a ventilating manhole. So inside, if you are going deep into the sewer line, automatically the oxygen levels are less when compared to atmospheric pressure. Okay, then a blower or a hose for ventilating manhole should be there generally whenever the person is entering into the manhole. Next, a pick and a shovel. A pick and a shovel ante just for picking anything you should not directly touch with your hand, so there should be a picker. There should be a picker and a shovel ante you are having a big rod where you are having a flat plate at the other end. In this end you are having a small ring for holding with your hand. Then you are digging at some sewage waste and you are lifting up and placing somewhere. So like this you are having some handheld pickers and shovels for the inspection. Now, what are the various inspection methods we are using for the sewer system? So whenever you are going into deep into the sewer line or whenever you are going into the manholes for any type of inspection, these are the various types of inspection methods. What are the various types of inspection methods? The first one is sonar technology. So what's they are doing in the sonar technology? So if there we are having a the thermal radio type of material devices where you can place it somewhere and you can see the sound variations. By seeing the sound variations you can say, for example, మీరు మీ ఇంట్లో మీకు టైల్స్ ఉంటాయి, మీకు ఫ్లోర్ టైల్స్ అంతా ఉంటుంది లేదంటే బయట వరండా ప్లేస్లో. సో వెన్ ఎవర్ యూఆర్ హిట్టింగ్ విత్ లెగ్ ఆర్ వెన్ ఎవర్ యూఆర్ హిట్టింగ్ విత్ యువర్ హ్యాండ్ ఆర్ విత్ ఎనీ మెటీరియల్, ఒక టైల్ ఒక సౌండ్ ఉంటుంది, కొన్ని టైల్స్ కొన్ని సౌండ్ వస్తుంది, ఎక్కడో ఒకటో రెండో కార్నర్స్ లోనో సెంటర్స్ లోనో ఇంకొక సౌండ్ వస్తుంది. సో వాట్ ఇస్ ద డిఫరెంట్ వై యు ఆర్ గెటింగ్ ద డిఫరెన్స్ ఇన్ ద సౌండ్? సో అన్ని టైల్స్ ఒకేలాగా మీరు సేమ్ కంపెనీ టైల్స్ వాడారు, వెన్ ఎవర్ యూఆర్ హిట్టింగ్ విత్ యర్ లెగ్ ఆర్ హ్యాండ్ ఒక చోట ఒక సౌండ్ వస్తుంది, ఇంకొక చోట ఇంకొక సౌండ్ వస్తుంది. దెన్ వాట్ యూ కెన్ సే, సో యూ కెన్ సే దట్ ద శాండ్ ఈస్ నాట్ ప్రాపర్లీ ర్యామ్డ్ అట్ ద బాటమ్ ఆఫ్ ద టైల్. అంటే శాండ్ అనేది సరిగ్గా లేయర్గా వేయలేదు, అక్కడ కొంచెం గ్యాప్ ఉంది, ఎయిర్ గ్యాప్ ఉంది, ఆర్ సరిగ్గా మనము ర్యామింగ్ చేయలేదు. సో వాట్ హ్యాపెన్స్ అట్ దట్ ప్లేస్, అక్కడ మనకి సౌండ్ వేరేగా వస్తుంది. నార్మల్గా ర్యామ్ చేయటం ప్లేస్ అంతా నార్మల్గా ఉండి అక్కడ వేరే సౌండ్ వస్తుంది. సో దిస్ అ మెకానికల్ టెస్టింగ్. హియర్ వీఆర్ యూజింగ్ ద సోనార్ మెథడ్ ఫర్ టెస్టింగ్ ఆఫ్ ద సీవర్స్. నెక్స్ట్ కెమెరా ఇన్స్పెక్షన్. సో ఎప్పుడైతే మ్యాన్ పవర్ ఈస్ నాట్ ఏబుల్ టు గో డీప్ ఇన్సైడ్ the sewer pipelines or manholes, automatically a wire camera is inserted into the pipeline and you can see through the camera, and outside you are having a screen. In that screen you can see what's happening real time when the camera is going deep into the pipeline. Next, lamping. So for example, ఒక సర్టన్ హైట్ లో మనకి మరీ డెప్త్ కాదు, ఒక సర్టన్ హైట్ లో ఆర్ ఇన్ వెట్ వెదర్, వర్షాకాలంలో లైట్ సరిగ్గా లేనప్పుడు, సో ఇఫ్ యు సీ ఇన్ డేస్ ఎనీ లైట్, ఆటోమేటికలీ మనకి మ్యాన్ హోల్లో ఒక సర్టన్ లెంత్ వరకు మనకి త్రూ సన్ ద్వారా మనకి లోపల ఏముందో తెలుస్తుంది. వెన్ ఎవర్ ద వెదర్ కండిషన్స్ ఆర్ నాట్ గుడ్, సో యూ కాంట్ సీ వాట్స్ హ్యాపెనింగ్ జనరల్లీ. దిగకుండా మీరు చూడాలంటే కొన్ని సందర్భాల్లో దేర్ ఇస్ నో నీడ్ ఆఫ్ కెమెరా. just taking a high resolution fluorescent lamp, then you can focus inside and you can see what is the structure, what is the walls of the manhole. Okay na? Next, CCTV. So the CCTV also other method where directly you can keep inside the manholes at certain places. Public areas lo CCTVs ఎలా పెడుతున్నారో in the large sewer pipeline system also you can place CCTV and real time. So direct గా నెక్స్ట్ రియల్ టైం బయట ఎలా జరుగుతుంది, బస్ స్టాండ్స్ రైల్వే స్టేషన్ సీసీ కెమెరా పెట్టుకొని ఒక ఆఫీస్లో కూర్చొని చూస్తారు. అదే విధంగా యూ కెన్ ప్లేస్ ఎ CCTV arrangement in the pipelines and you can directly sit in the office room and you can see what's happening in the sewer pipeline. Next, visual inspection method. Visual inspection method ante the very old and normal type. Whenever ఈ టెక్నాలజీ ఇవన్నీ లేనప్పుడు, సోనారు, కెమెరా, ల్యాంపింగ్, CCTV ఇవన్నీ లేనప్పుడు, తక్కువ ఖర్చులో అయిపోవాలన్నప్పుడు, మ్యాన్ పవర్కి ఇబ్బంది లేదు, సెక్యూరిటీ పరంగా ఇబ్బంది లేదు అనే కాన్సెప్ట్ మీద whenever you want to go for casual checking, visual checking means the person has to go into the sewer pipeline and he has to see manually గా person through కళ్ళ ద్వారా real time low he can see what's happening inside the sewer pipeline. So these are the major inspection methods used for checking the sewer pipelines. Okay na? Next, what are the limitations of inspection? So inspection చేస్తాము, ఎంతవరకు చేస్తాము? There should have some limitation for inspection techniques. So the letters are not visible, but I can say something, no issue, no problem. If you see the inside of the sewer pipeline, the man is standing, the water is there on the surface. In a small sewers, the scope of problems detected is minimal. అంతే కదా, స్మాల్ ఏరియాస్లో the checking is very very small. సో మనకి ఎక్కువ చెక్ చేయాల్సిన అవసరం ఉండదు. So if you see in the small areas, small sewer pipelines, what happens? The detection is very small. అంతే కదా, తక్కువ ఉంటే తక్కువ, ఎక్కువ ఉంటే ఎక్కువ. So there is no need of going in deeper inspection techniques. Next, any definitive information on cracks or other structural problems is unlikely. So you can easily detect, is there any cracks on the surface or any some other ruptures on the surface or any scales formation on the surface of the manhole or sewer pipeline. Next, ఇతను ఏం చేస్తున్నాడు ఇక్కడ? The person is standing, open the lid of the manhole and he is inserting a big stick inside the manhole and he is having a video camera attached to the stick. Then we'll see what's happening here. Here the video camera does not fit into the pipe and during the inspection it remains only in the maintenance hole. Okay, some places low. Whenever you have an idea or you have a method, that is video camera ద్వారా చూద్దామని తెలుసుకున్నప్పుడు, when there is no chance, when the video camera does not fit into the pipeline and during the inspection it remains only in the maintenance hole. So కొన్ని చోట్ల whenever the pipe diameter is very very small, in such cases the video camera is not matching for the fitting into the pipeline, right? Only the first 10 feet of the pipe can be viewed or inspected. So limitations అనేది ఏంటి? ఒక సటన్ లెంత్ వరకు వెళ్ళి, ఒక సటన్ ఫీట్ వరకు వెళ్ళి అక్కడ you can stop and you can get inspected. In deeper if you go, what happens? You are getting the video camera resolution సరిపోకపోవచ్చు, or the video camera will not go into the deeper places, or you will get some limitations. So ఇది ఒక లిమిట్. సో maximum వెళ్ళారనుకోండి, you will not get the sudden results, right? Next, requires, okay, the TV operators are vulnerable to lapses in connection, quite expensive, time consuming. So ఇక్కడ ఏం జరుగుతుంది? So whenever you are going for the inspection, the other method of inspection is TV operators are vulnerable, బాగా సమృద్ధిగా is there for concentrating this type of system. So requires late nights. So late nights lo manaki they should not go for inspection, that there is a limit. Why? Because TV operators అంటే whomever the person sitting in the cabin of any vehicle and seeing what happening in the sewer pipelines physically, so వాళ్ళు దొరకడం మనకి 24/7 అవైలబిలిటీ ఉండరు కాబట్టి then what you have to do, there are quite expensive and time consuming. So maximum work అనేది డే టైంలోనే చేయాలి. లేట్ నైట్స్లో we should not do the work. So there is a limitation. There is a limitation for inspection of the sewer pipeline. అర్థమైంది కదా this point? సో టీవీ ఆపరేటర్స్ అంటే ద పర్సన్ హూ ఈస్ సిట్టింగ్ ఇన్ ద సీసీటీవీ, ఆఫీస్లో కూర్చొని చెక్ చేస్తారు. వాళ్ళు చెక్ చేయకపోతే జస్ట్ రికార్డ్ అవుతుంది అంతే. చెక్ చేసి రియల్ టైంలో కనుక్కున్నారంటే దెన్ యూ కెన్ గో అండ్ ఆస్క్ ద పర్సన్ వాట్స్ హ్యాపెనింగ్ అండ్ యూ కెన్ డూ ఎనీ సొల్యూషన్. సో దట్స్ వై వాట్ ఈస్ సేయింగ్ లిమిటేషన్ ఏంటి, ఎవ్రీథింగ్ షుడ్ బి డన్ ఇన్ ద డే టైమ్. whenever you are using the TV operators, these are more costly kabatti, quite expensive kabatti, so everything should be done in the daytime within a given time. Next, photographs are taken haphazardly, means the photographs tend to be the less comprehensive. So photographs అనేవి రియల్ టైంలో మనకి ఇవ్వవు. సో whenever you are inspecting through the photographs is used only for the reference or for any reference purpose only. Photographs అంటే just to proof, but real time లో చేయాలంటే photographs are also not applicable. So real time లో first thing you can go manually and checking the things, and second thing is CCTV లో check చేస్తూ directly you can do the repairs or any things. So here the photographs tends to be less comprehensive when compared to the CCTV connections. So these are some of the limitations for the inspection techniques. Next, visual inspection. If you see the inspection methods flow, the first one is visual inspection. So if you see in this visual inspection, an engineer or a person is standing on the road and seeing the manhole, what is there inside the manhole. So this is generally visual inspection. So దీనికి పెద్దగా time consuming ఉండదు. So no there is no what do you call, there is no expenses cost, there is no expensive cost, the cost is zero. Visual inspection అంటే ఏంటి, and the person should be more experienced. Visual inspection లో మనకి అడ్వాంటేజ్ ఏంటంటే the person should be more skilled, then only we can say the visual inspection is very good with the experienced person. Then the visual inspections are vital in fully understanding the condition of the sewer system. సో విజువల్గా చెక్ చేయడం, మీరు కెమెరాస్ ఫోటోగ్రాఫ్స్ల కంటే ఫిజికల్గా వెళ్ళి చెక్ చేయడంలోనే మనకి we can understand what's happening, what is the condition of the sewer pipe system. Visual inspections of manholes visual inspections of manholes and pipelines are comprised of surface and internal inspections. సో మనకి విజువల్ ఇన్స్పెక్షన్స్ మ్యాక్సిమం ఎంతవరకు అప్లికబిలిటీ ఉంటుంది, పైప్ లైన్స్లో కానీ మ్యాన్ హోల్స్లో కానీ సర్ఫేసెస్లో కానీ మ్యాక్సిమం సర్ఫేస్ ఎలా ఉంది చెక్ చేస్తాము, ఇంటర్నల్ ఇన్స్పెక్షన్స్ గురించి చెక్ చేస్తాం. మ్యాక్సిమం ఇట్ ఈస్ కంప్రైజ్డ్ ఆఫ్ చెకింగ్. సీ హియర్, సో ఇఫ్ ద మ్యాన్ హోల్ కవర్ ఈస్ ఓపెన్, యూ కెన్ సీ ద ఎక్స్టీరియర్ పార్ట్ ఓన్లీ certain distance only, see the exterior part and see the hole, how it is damaged at some places, see how the cement gets cracked and some of the small stones are removed at this places. So like this directly మనకు కనబడేవి మాత్రమే విజువల్ ఇన్స్పెక్షన్ లో తెలుస్తుంది. కనబడనవి right we can do with other sonar or other CCTV methods. Then what are the parameters of visual inspections of a manhole identification number and location parameters. These are the parameters for checking the manhole identification number and look, and to identify prati manhole ki you are having a number. For example, you are designing a sewer line for 3 kilometers. ఈ 3 kilometers straight line కావచ్చు, లేదంటే different dendritic line కావచ్చు, అంటే branched line కావచ్చు. So whenever you are designing like that, you have to give identification number for a manholes for your other appurtenances and also the location where it is located. So you have to go for manhole identification number and location. Next, offset or misalignments. Is there any misalignments or any changes to be made whenever you are going for the visual inspection? Next, evidence of surcharge. You have to maintain the documents whatever they needed for any adding of any material or any removal of any material. Next, inflow. What is the rate? You have to find out what type of rate it is following for this type of sewer pipeline system based upon the diameter of the sewer pipeline. Presence of corrosion. We have to check for the, is there any corrosion happened whenever you are going with the concrete steel structures of the sewer pipeline, is there any corrosion happened inside the sewer things? You have to go. Next, you have to see for the cracks or breaks. These are the parameters. Next, atmospheric hazard measurements. Atmospheric hazard means outside you are having some sort of atmospheric pressure. Inside, deep inside the sewer lines, you are having other type of atmospheric pressure. Then automatically the gases, the fumes are also changed inside this sewer system. So we have to check for atmospheric measurements also. Next, condition of the frame. Condition of the frame is the skeleton system. Condition ఎలా ఉంది, కండిషన్ ఇంకొక 5 years వరకు రన్ అవుతుందా, 3 years వరకు రన్ అవుతుందా, 2 years లో మనం ఏమైనా చేంజెస్ చేయాలా? యూ హ్యావ్ టు సీ ద స్కెలిటన్ స్ట్రక్చర్ బాడీ ఆఫ్ ద సీవర్ సిస్టమ్. నెక్స్ట్, accumulations of grease, debris or grit. సో ఇందాక ఫిగర్ లో చూపించాను. సో see here the accumulation, see here the accumulation of different materials. So ఈ గ్రీస్ ఎక్కడి నుంచి వస్తుంది? సో whenever you are applying for some places during the construction, ఆ గ్రీస్, డెర్బిస్, గ్రిట్ ఇవన్నీ మనకి సివర్ వాటర్ ఎప్పుడు కంటిన్యూస్ ఫ్లో ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి all this grease, other things will go and settle at one place. At that place you have to accumulate, you have to see how much accumulation is there happened at the junctions. Next, wastewater flow characteristics. We have to see the characteristics of the wastewater. Next, cleaning and ventilation of sewers. The next topic is cleaning and ventilation of sewers. So you're having some of the factors to be discussed at this point. And the time is running short here. Okay, just I'll give the introduction of the cleaning and ventilation. Okay. What are the main objectives of cleaning and ventilation of sewers? So the main objectives to be discussed for the cleaning and ventilation is to determine the equipment and staffing requirements for various sewer cleaning and cleaning methods. To determine the equipment and staffing requirements for various sewer clearing and cleaning methods. So what's happening here? So at this point you have to see how much, what is the equipments to get used for the process. Staff ఎంతమంది రిక్వైర్ అవుతారు వర్క్ చేయడానికి for various clearing of sewers and cleaning methods, right? Second one, to set up sewer clearing and cleaning equipment carefully and appropriately. Once మనం డిటర్మైన్ చేసిన తర్వాత ఎక్విప్మెంట్ ఏమేమి అవసరం అవుతుంది, స్టాఫ్ ఎంతమంది అవసరం అవుతారు, then you have to go for the setup. You have to set up physically. What are the clearing equipments, what are the cleaning equipments, and what are the manpower required. Next, to operate and maintain sewer clearing and cleaning equipment without harm and effectively. Then once you got the setup of the equipment, you have to operate, you have to go for the operation and maintenance of this system without any harm to the design. Next, once the work is going on or once the work is done, automatically before the start of the work, to record the necessary data and information pertaining to the clearing and cleaning operations. So ఏదైతే మనం చేస్తున్నామో, once got the objective to do something, automatically you have to go for the recording means not it may be a video shooting or it may be audio shooting or it may be a paper documentation work. So like this we have to do the recording of the data, recording of the information, whatever you have done for this cleaning operations. Why it should be done? Because of reference, right? So so with this the time is up. So today your attendance is only 7. So only 7 students were present. Okay, I took the screenshot. So this video a few minutes lo it will be uploaded in the YouTube. Just watch the video. Thank you. Anything to discuss? You can open your unlock your mic and you can talk. So within 1 to 2 classes you can complete the unit 1. Anything to discuss? Okay, thank you for listening.